everybody. Calliope Cosmos here, aka Cece. Well, in case you missed it, last week we read There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly by Lucille Calandro, where we met an old lady who had a very interesting way of making some new friends. Look at all of the color we've added to my world. We've added blue, green, and red. I wonder what color we're going to add this week. Well, because of our very special holiday coming up, we have a very special book in store. This one is called F is for Flag by Wendy Cheyette Lewison. If you've got a copy, go get it. And get ready to get comfortable while we listen in. Today we are reading F is for Flag by Wendy Cheyette Lewison, illustrated by Barbara Duke, with permission granted by Penguin Publishing. F is for flag, our flag, the American flag. See it waving in the wind, just like a hand waving hello. Our flag is everywhere, at the library and in the park, even on the letters we send. We see our flag near and far, at school and on ships out at sea. We see our flag in happy times and sad times. Our flag is so many places because we are proud of it. It stands for our country, the United States of America, and it stands for the people who live here. Who are we? We're all kinds of people, different in many ways. But we live and work together and play together. We're like one big great family. One country, one family, one flag for everybody. The first American flag was made more than 200 years ago. Well, that's when America became a country. Well, who made the first flag? No one really knows. One story says Betsy Ross made it after George Washington asked her to. Snip, snip, snip. Betsy cuts and sews. Soon, the flag was finished. The first flag looked different. It had 13 stars and 13 stripes. That's because there was only 13 states when the United States first became a country. Today, our country is bigger. We have 50 states, and now our flag has 50 bright stars, one for each state. But our flag still has 13 stripes to remember those first 13 states. The colors of the flag are the same: red, white, and blue. Sometimes we call our flag the red, white, and blue. We've given our flag a nickname. We have other nicknames for our flag too: Stars and Stripes, Old Glory, the Star-Spangled Banner. Star-Spangled Banner is the name of our country's song. It's a song about our flag. Sometimes, when we hear it, tears come to our eyes. We are proud of our flag. We have songs about it. We have nicknames for it. We have the Pledge of Allegiance too. The pledge is a promise to be a good American, a promise to be a good friend to our flag. As we make this promise, we hold our hand over our hearts. This shows that we mean what we say. F is for flag, our flag. F is for family and friends and freedom too, and everything special that our flag stands for. F is also for Flag Day, June 14th, our flag's birthday. On Flag Day, big parades march down the street all over America. Boom, boom, boom go the drums. Here comes the red, white, and blue. Hooray for our flag! Today and every day. Wow, I learned so much about the American flag from that story. Have you ever celebrated Flag Day before? If so, tell us below in the comments. We sure hope you have the very best 4th of July. Make sure to be safe, but don't forget to join us next week when we read Sky Color by Peter H. Reynolds. Happy 4th of July!
Hey everyone! Today's craft portion actually includes 2 different craft options. For those of you who met us at our summer reading kickoff, go ahead and grab your 4th of July craft out of your baggies. It should look a little something like this. For those of you who didn't see us at our summer reading kickoff, there is another craft option for you to utilize objects around your house at the 9-minute and 40-second mark. Feel free to scroll ahead to that part. Otherwise, you can get started with what we have here. So today's craft includes our 4th of July flag and lots of different foam stickers that we can add to it to make it really shine. What you'll do is take your 4th of July flag out of your baggie, take all of the individual parts out as well, and you are going to go ahead and get them ready to be put onto our flag. Here you see us taking our small squares and putting them over each individual stripe to make it really shine. You can do this in any way you see fit. You can go ahead and put all the red on first, all the white on first, red and then white, however you choose to do it. But these little tiny pieces break off and peel off the back to reveal a sticky side. Once you've gotten your flag to look just the way you want it, we're going to move along to putting the stars onto our flag. You may have leftover pieces like we do here, and that's okay. You could just save those for another craft. So you're going to grab your stars, and I like to individually pop them out to make it easier for us to peel them when it's time. You won't have 50 stars, but here we are given 16 individual stars. I like to put them down in rows of 4 by 4, utilizing all 16 individual stars, but you can put them in however you see fit. Did you know that our first flag only had 13 stars on it to begin with? That was to indicate the 13 different colonies that started the United States of America. See, I put them in a rows of 4 and by rows of 4, which finishes out a look that looks just like this. Your stars can be any shape, any direction, any way that they want. Many different iterations of the flags show stars in many different shapes, including in a circle format, in a square format, or in a sort of random format. Next, you're going to take those 2 larger rectangular stickers and your string, and you'll peel off the back and add your string to it. Once you have both sides attached to your string, you're going to put that onto the flag itself. Be careful, this part is very sticky, and as you can see, even my fingers get stuck. Lastly, you will take your stickers and string and add it to the back of your flag. Here I'm putting it in the very edges, but you can put it in any spot that makes sense for you. Then, when you're done, you can hang it up like in a window or on the edge of your bed to be reminded of how proud you are to be an American. If you're joining us for this craft, you will need a red piece of paper, a white piece of paper, and a blue piece of paper. Standard 8.5 by 11 works great. If you don't have colored paper, that is okay, grab some extra white paper and feel free to color in the colors that we need onto a piece of paper. First, what you'll do is take your white piece of paper and fold it long ways. Fold it along the long side. You're going to fold it in half, making sure your edges are nice and crisp so you can see a nice line when you open it back up. Once you open it back up, you are going to rip the piece of paper in half down that line that you just created. So you'll have two halves that are still long but half in size. Next, you're going to fold it on the short side to fold it in half to make a quarter. Once you've done that, you're going to then take that piece of paper and rip that in half. This type of art style is called rip art. You will then have one long piece of white paper and two short pieces of white paper. Next, you're going to grab your blue paper and do the same thing. You will fold it long ways first, making sure that that edge is nice and crisp and sharp. The harder you press, the easier it will be to rip, but it's okay if you have weird or jaggedy edges. That's the whole point of this type of art style, is that it isn't perfect like as if you were to use scissors. Once you've ripped your blue paper in half, you can discard that one piece of blue and take the other piece of blue paper and fold it in half on the short side. Once you've done that, you're going to rip that one in half again, so you'll have a same size quarter like your white pieces of paper. One of these blue quarters we will be using, and the other one we won't be using, so you can discard that one. So here we'll show you that again you have one long piece of white, two short pieces of white, and one short piece of blue. You can put that aside for now, and we're going to take our red piece of paper and put it down on the table. Grab your glue, and you are going to get started to creating your flag. First, you'll take the blue piece of paper that you've already ripped up, the quarter sheet size, and you're going to add your glue to it to make the blue portion of our flag. We will be putting that in the upper left-hand corner. That is where our current flag shows its blue section. Next, you're going to be taking the short piece of white paper to make the short stripes, the short white stripes. Here, we're going to fold the white piece of paper over 3 times. I like to fold it in like an accordion or a fan style, folding it back and forth, but you can fold it either completely in half and then in half again, if that makes sense. But essentially what you want to do is create 4 individual stripes. Once you have created your edges, you're going to rip that down the line and create 4 individual stripes of paper using your white paper. Again, with this type of art style, it is okay to have different sizes, different shapes, different edges. It is not about being perfect. Next, we're going to do the exact same thing with that long piece of white paper that we had. We're going to fold it over once, twice, and again a 3rd time to create those 4 individual stripes of white that you see on a flag. Now, our flag currently has 6 white stripes and 7 red stripes. These 13 stripes represent the original 13 colonies that our United States started with. Once again, this particular art style really lends itself to making unique choices. You can see how my white strips are all different sizes. Now that we have our 4 strips of long white paper and 4 strips of short white paper, we are ready to start gluing the stripes onto the flag. We already have learned that the 13 stripes that are on the flag represented the 13 original colonies. But did you know that originally this flag had 13 stars and 13 stripes? Now we know that the flag has 50 stars to represent one for each state. There have been 27 versions of the American flag, and this one has been around the longest. It has lasted more than 50 years. That is because no states have been added since 1959. If we get more states, we would likely add more stars to our flag. Here you can see that we are alternating between red and white to represent those stripes that we see on the flag. We're using our short strips next to our blue square, and we're using the long strips underneath it. Once you are done gluing your stripes, you will take the leftover white pieces of paper and rip them into small sections. These small sections will represent your stars. Glue these on top of your blue paper any way you see fit. You could show all 50 stars or do 13 to show the original flag. When you're done, be sure to drop a picture in the comments section below so we can see what your flag looks like. Thank you once again to Penguin Publishing and Wendy Cheyette Lewison for our new story, F is for Flag. We hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. We can't wait to see you again next week.